Hello bookish friends of the internet, welcome and welcome back to my channel. My name is Drew and this is Drew's Ambitious Reading, and for today's video I am trying to get it where you can see both of my TBR cards. You have one right here and then my other one is right here. The reason why I have my TBR cards behind me is because it is the beginning of a new month, which means it's time for my July TBR pile. If you don't know what TBR stands for, I don't know where you've been the past year and a half. It's TBR stands for to be read. This is going to be very, very ambitious of me because I have a lot of library books that I wanted to show off in the video. And then I also have just a lot of reading plans because I did not do what I wanted to do in I did not do what I wanted to do in June because some family stuff, like aka funeral services, like 3 times in a row. We'll talk about that in my June wrap-up, which will coming next after this video. But I'm hoping July is going to be a lot better month than last July, and if you were here around this time during the summer, my mental health was not great and it kind of declined right around the beginning of July. So far so good. I'm feeling great. I wanted to film this while my family is out and about right now and I have the house to myself. And I have work later tonight at 11 p.m. Yes, you heard me right, 11 p.m. So let's just jump into it. So the first book I want to talk about is my current read, and I'm actually featuring this in one of my reading vlogs right now, and that is Under and Sante We're Here by Johnny Villa Garcia Villa. I think that's the author's name. It's hard to tell because of the little checkout button on the book. Anyways, I'm currently reading this and absolutely loving it. I'm like halfway through it right now. I actually don't know where I'm at currently because I was listening to it today before falling asleep for my nap. I am like 45% into the book, and I'm really enjoying it. This was on my most anticipated read for May, and I'm finally getting around to reading it. I wanted to read this in June because this was Jason from Easy Cat's book club pick, but I never got around to it. But I am absolutely loving it. It's so fun, so cute, and I'm hoping to finish this either today or tomorrow. Most likely today because I will have a lot of time to listen to it. While I'm on the topic of library books, I have some library books I'm really excited for that I want to talk about with you guys. Some of the other ones I'm excited for as well, but not as much as these. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's only 4? Let me see. I'll do this one. As these 5 library books. So the first library book I want to read in July is Ellie Ingalls Saves the World Scratch Out Herself by Leah Johnson. This is Leah Johnson's newest middle grade book, and it's just can we just take a minute to appreciate the cover? Like, yes please. I read the first chapter of this in June because I didn't know what to read next, and this actually sounds really good. I might be physically reading this one this month since it is a middle grade. Also just because I love physically reading a middle grade. So yeah, this one came out sometimes in May or June. I can't remember exactly. I just knew it was one of the books I wanted to check out from my library, and I have it. So future me, we need to pick this up. The next one I have is Stardust in Their Veins by Laura Sebastian. This is the second book in the trilogy. Book 1 was Castle in the Bones, I believe, right? Yeah, Castle in the Bones. Wow. I really love book 1. I read it the year it came out. Absolutely loved it. I'm mad that they have a cover change for this series, but I still love this cover nonetheless. This is book 2, like I said. It is quite a chunky book, so I don't know if I'll get to this in time before the due date. The due date is like July 28th, so I have like the whole month to read it. It's a sequel. Hard to talk about sequels on my channel. But it's a follow-up to Castle in the Bones, if you read that one. Then we have a new book that I heard nothing but amazing things about, and I was shocked that my library had this one, and that is Of Light and Shadows by Tanazi Bathina. I think is how you say it. I'm so sorry for butchering the name. This just sounds so good as well. It says, when they don't give us our birthright, we steal it. And then it say, Rashna is out for justice, abandoned by her parents at birth and adopted by the kingdom of Drawal's most notorious outlaw before his brutal murderer. She is now the leader of the Shadow Clan, a gang of farmers turned bandits in prison improvised by the province governor's atrocious and corruption. Sounds interesting. Don't know if I'll actually love it, so hopefully I can get around to it sometimes this month. We'll see. I never actually read the summary of that book before picking it up. This next one I am super excited for and really happy that my library had it, and that's Yellowface by R.R. Kwong. Do I need to say more? I don't think so. So, moving on. Then the last one I'm super excited to get to in July is I Like Me Better by Robbie Weber. The booktuber known as Robbie Reads has his second novel out, and I'm very excited to read this one. This is another most anticipated reads. I hear if you love Heartstopper, you'll definitely love this, and I absolutely love Heartstopper, so thank you very much, Robbie, and I cannot wait to see if I love this one because I read their debut the year it came out and absolutely loved it, so really looking forward to reading this. Next, I want to talk about my book club picks because I am behind, and I think July is going to be my catch-up month. In the month of May, I was supposed to read In the Lives of Puppets, and I still haven't read this one yet. Somebody tell me to read this one because it's one of my most anticipated reads, and I still am shocked that this is a signed copy. So yeah, I need to read this sometime soon. Hopefully this month will be the month. My June book of the month, I actually did started this, I just never finished it, and that is, I just hit myself, is The Sun and the Star by Mark Arshiro and Rick Ryanen. As you can see, I did started this with an annotation. I do have the audiobook, so I think that's why I started it. I'm literally 7 chapters into it, so I'm hoping that I can finish this sometimes in July. And then I don't have the book with me because it's on my Kindle, and my Kindle is dead because I forgot to charge it. But our July pick is Camp Sylvania by Julie Murphy. This is Julie Murphy's newest middle grade book. I'll put the cover up here on the screen. It is so cute. It looks so cute. It's so fun. We haven't done a middle grade for our book club in a while, so I definitely want to get to that one. So yeah, those are my book club picks. Let me see what my sister is bugging me about. Sorry. I'll be right back. Hold on. Sorry about that. My sister forgot the grocery list that she needed when she went grocery shopping with my mom. Anyways, hopefully no more distractions. Next up on my TBR, I know this is very ambitious. I don't know if I'm going to make a TBR in August now that I'm looking at this. But next up, I have 3 carryovers from June. So I have Amari and the Great Games by B.B. Allison. This is the sequel to Amari and Night Brothers. I don't know where to put my books now. Next one that's carryover is Infinity Sun by Adam Severa. Talked about this in my reading vlog, wrap up, something like that. And I also started my arc of The Legacies by Jessica Goodman. This comes out July 25th, and I'm really enjoying it so far. I'm like 20% into it. Speaking of arcs that I need to get to, Bonesmith comes out in July. This comes out July 25th. The Do's and Donuts of Love is already out, but I would like to get to this one. And then I have a few other arcs I want to get to. Going into my buddy reads for the month, I have 3, actually more than 3. So the first one is a group buddy read with all my friends who's in my Queer Reads Book Club group chat, and that is Gideon the Ninth by Tamsin Muir. I am doing a Gideon the Ninth read along of the whole series up until the newest one comes out in October. So we're starting in July, and then we're reading book 2, Harrow the Ninth, in August, and then book 3 will be Nona, which is perfect because book 3 of this of this series comes out in paperback in September, so that's really perfect. It will match my edition. And then book 4 will come out in hardcover in October, so we'll be caught up right when the book is released. I'm very nervous for this. This has been on my TBR all year long, ever since I bought it. Hopefully this month I'll read it. Next one I'm buddy reading with my friend Lori, and that is All My Rage by Sabaa Tahir. We both absolutely loved the Ember and the Ashes quartet that she did. We actually buddy read that whole series together, so we're really looking forward to seeing what she does as a contemporary author. And thank you again, Lori, for buying me a new copy, because I don't know what happened to my old one. Next one, I am buddy reading this with my friend Mandy and Sydney, and I think Lori is in this one as well, and that is Babel or Babel. Nervous for this. This face right here is what I'm reacting to for Babel. Nervous for this. I've been hearing nothing but amazing things about this one. Yes, this is my second R.F. Kuang book on my TBR, so we'll see which one I'll get to. But yeah, buddy reading this with my friend Mandy, Lori, and Sydney. Also with Mandy and Sydney, we are buddy reading Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow by Gabrielle Zevin. Don't know too much about this except it won the Book of the Month, Book of the Year award. So again, another book I'm nervous for, and I really think this is out of my comfort zone too. So going on to my TBR, let's see, we're gonna do the TBR Knockout Challenge that Mel from Completely Melanie is hosting. So her challenges are 2 each month. One of them is to read a book with blue on the cover, and the other one is read a book you think will make you cry. So for a book that is blue on the cover, I picked Fury of the Dragon Goddess by Surat Chada. This is book 2 to City of the Play God, which I read earlier this year and absolutely loved it. I gave book 1 4 stars, so I'm really looking forward to seeing what book 2 has. This comes out August 1st. I was lucky enough to get an arc of this from the author himself. Thank you, Surat, if you're watching this. I cannot wait to read the sequel, and hopefully I'll love it a lot more than book 1. And then read a book I think will make me cry is Only This Beautiful Moment by Abi Nazamin, the same author who wrote Like a Love Story, which, if you know, that's one of my all-time favorite LGBT contemporaries. His debut novel made me cry. I haven't read The Channel of Legacy yet, but I do own it. But I wanted to read this one before reading that one, just because I think this one will be a bit sadder than his second novel, if that makes sense. Especially since this is dealing with the death of a grandparent, which is not a spoiler. It's literally on the summary right here. So yeah, I think this will definitely make me cry. Buzzword for the Buzzword hosted by Lala over at Books and Lala is weather related words. I don't know if I have any weather related words, to be honest. I was trying to look at my TBR like beforehand, and I don't think I have anything. I know I saw in her video she has Black Sun by Rebecca Rohrnhauers. I do own that, so I might read that soon. So yeah, I might read that for Buzzword. On to the next few books I have. I have the TBR Tackle Challenge, which is completely different from what Melanie does. I'll leave their Instagram account below. First challenge is to read a book with M in the title, or N in the starting in the title. Oh my gosh. So remember the challenge of with the title starting with M, I have My Imaginary Mary. This is book 2 of this trilogy. Book 3 comes out in 2024. So if I do read this one this month, I will have to wait a whole year for book 3. Loved book 1, read it last year in the fall. It was a perfect fall book. So looking forward to reading this. And then for titles starting with the letter N, I have Never Seen by Shanna Messenger. This is the 4th installment of the Keeper of the Lost City series. I need to get caught up in this world. I also need to get caught up where Melanie from Completely Melanie is for their buddy read. I believe they're on like book 6 already, and that's just crazy to me. So I need to get caught up on this, so I will like to continue with this world because I own all 8 books on my shelves now. To read a paperback book, I picked, next challenge is to read a paperback, and for me, I picked Love at First Set by Jennifer Dugan. Got this last month from my friend Charlie. Thank you so much, Charlie. Cannot wait to read this. And it just sounds so good. It's Jennifer Dugan's first adult romance novel, so really looking forward to it. And it's paperback, so it's nice and floppy. But yeah, I cannot wait to see what this one is about. You guys know me, I don't do summaries with my TBR. To read a book with vacation in it, I am picking, well, I'm going to hopefully finish Book Lovers by Emily Henry. I did started this one on my plane ride home from Maine back in June, but I never finished it. So hopefully with this, me putting this in the video, it will be a perfect opportunity for me to finish it. I do know there's some traveling aspects in here, so looking forward to that. To read a book with red or white on the cover, I am picking The Inheritance of Orchidia Divian by Zoraida Cordova. I'm also buddy reading this with my friend Sydney. A lot of people to shout out in this video. We are buddy reading this in the month of July. Really looking forward to it. I meant to read this for Camp Season-a-thon this year, but my Camp Season-a-thon TBR was not a great one this year. So this is a rollover to my June TBR. Next is to read a book with white on the cover. I am picking up my next Star Wars book, and that is Star Wars The High Republic Convergence, also by Zoraida Cordova. Oh my god, I did not mean to do that. This is the next adult Star Wars book I need to read for the High Republic series, and then after reading this, I can read this graphic novel, and then I think I need to read The Battle of Jeddah, which I don't own, but I know my audiobook has from the library, so definitely need to do a caught up in July. So these 2 books will be perfect. They're not that long either for both of them. I mean, one's a graphic novel, so duh, but the adult book is not that long, but I'm very excited to dive back into this world. The middle grade book was kind of a disappointing read for me, so I'm hoping the rest of the series would be better. And then for the last prompt for the TBR Tackle Challenge is Grumpy Sunshine Trope, and that is, I'm going to read The Love Hypothesis, finally. I know my friend Donna picked this out for me to read, which, by the way, thank you to all my friends who participated in that. I'm so sorry I didn't get around to your books, but I'm also hoping to get to all those in the month of July. As you can see, we're very ambitious. But yeah, The Love Hypothesis is a Grumpy Sunshine trope, and I still need to get to reading this universe. Hopefully I love it, because I own all the books by Ali Hazelwood right now. The only one I don't own is the bind-up of the novellas. Those are all the notes I needed to get for myself, and last but not least, these are the books I have checked out as audiobooks from my Hoopla, and then we'll be finished. So I have Into the Light by Mark Oshiro, another book by this author on my TBR. I'm reading this because I have an e-arc of this from NetGalley, and if I do like this book, hopefully I like this book, I might buy myself a finished copy. But also, like I said, I have an e-arc of this on NetGalley, so hopefully once I read it, I can put my review in and get my NetGalley score up, because it needs to go up. Another one that is a library book is That Self-Same Metal by Brittany Ann Williams. This one I have, like I said, checked out from Hoopla right now. Been hearing nothing but amazing things about this, and this is a Shakespeare retelling as well. So very excited for this as always. And then what makes me over the moon ambitious with this TBR is this series. I told myself that I wanted to give Red Rising another chance, because I read Red Rising for my book club last year and absolutely loved it, gave it 5 stars. And then I picked up Golden Sun the same year, and I was so disappointed with it. I gave it 3 stars. So I'm going to be rereading Red Rising and Golden Sun. That way I can move on to Morning Star and Iron Gold, which is book 4 and 5 of the series. My arms are killing me by carrying that series around. I have the audiobooks checked out, and I really love the audiobooks when I listen to Red Rising, so hopefully I'll get motivated to continue on with this trilogy, or not trilogy, with this universe, because Morning Star and Iron Gold are on my top 23 list to read in 2023. So hopefully I'll get around to continuing this universe. And I know book 6, Lightbringer, comes out in July as well. July 25th is when it comes out. So I need to do some catching up on this universe. I do own Dark Age, but I didn't want to bring that one with me because I didn't want to carry all 5 books. I know, kind of lame excuse, but anyways, I'm continuing this universe. Hopefully I love it, and if I don't, I'm probably gonna unhaul this series this year. Is that everything? I think that's everything that I wanted to read. Let me know if there's any buddy reads that I have missed, and if there is, I'm so sorry. But I think that is everything on my July TBR. Pretty ambitious. I'm looking around on my TBR cart to make sure I didn't miss anything. I think I'm good. Wow, that's the first. Alrighty, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a big thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button, turn your notification on so you don't miss any new videos coming from me every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And I'll talk to you guys down below. Bye, guys.